Hello, welcome back to Marta's Planning Mess. I'm just going to do a check-in video to let you know how my planning from last week went and how I'm moving forward into next week. The last video I did, I was showing you this little hack I had of folding the paper over, and it's worked pretty well. So the weekend part of my week, I don't usually, at least Saturday, it's not a day that I tend to do a lot of things. And Friday, because it was my birthday and we had I was trying to just relax and go out to eat and stuff, that I didn't really do a lot of planning here. But I do like this. Cheers today, I've got my to-do list and I can see, all the way over to here and remember to do my mood tracker and all of that. So it really is working out quite well and I'm happy with it. And just kind of for some future planning, I've started, today is a day that Sunday is usually when I plan my next week. So I've got a busy day Monday, so I've got all those appointments put in, I've got my to-do list put in, I've gone ahead and marked the weather for next week, and I'm set up, for marking my exercise and my mood stuff. So that's all ready to go. So I've pretty much made to-do lists of things I want to get done every day and any appointments that we have, which are not many. I can move this now because I pretty much wrote down everything I wanted to get done on my recurring Sunday to-do list. So I'm going to move that to, I'm having a hard time doing it with one hand. Here we go. Move that to next Sunday. So that's ready to go. So this is pretty much what I'm working with. So I won't do any of the folding until I get these days finished, and then I'll go ahead and fold it so I can see Thursday and then fold it so I can see Friday. And that is working quite well. So I'm happy with that. Now I've also done a little bit, this is my, everyday carry for June. But since my Sterling Ink B6 half-year planner arrived, I'm trying to work in that just a little bit to kind of ease myself into it. I'm, again, feeling this kind of anxiety of letting go of this. I just love this. And I had to ask myself this morning, okay, if you really, really love this and want to take it to next year, because it does work so well as an everyday carry, what's your journal situation going to look like? Because with this book, I was really trying to combine everything into one book. Well, not everything, but a lot of the things into one book. And so I think at this point, how I'm looking at things is if I didn't go with this for next year, I would probably get a B6, just a plain notebook from Sterling Ink or Wonderland 222, depending on who has the right thickness for my needs. And I would just journal in there with stickers. So I can show you, I'm going to show you what I've done in here. This is just, I'm kind of prepping for July because this starts in July and July would be a good month to use it. Although I've also thought maybe August would be a better month to use it because I should have a few more things going with it not being summer anymore. Excuse me, I'm a little raspy today. But anyway, I'm just getting into it. So I put the little free stickers in the front, which is what I usually do with the Sterling Ink. Okay, haven't put anything there, haven't worked on goals, any of this stuff. This is not, for just using it for a month, which is really kind of my commitment for this particular one. I'm not messing with any of this quarterly stuff. Okay, so I went ahead and just marked everything I'm planning for July till the end of the year, which there's not much besides July and August. And I went ahead and put in birthdays, which is something I like to do. And I was trying to figure out where is my master list. And both my Hobonichi cousin and my Paper Chess B6 had the full list. So I was able to go through and make sure both of these books, which I think would be what I would stick with. Anyway, that they were both had all of that information in it. So I filled out the things that are coming up in those next 2 months. I don't have anything other than birthdays scheduled. I do have a doctor's appointment scheduled for that future date. So put all that in, even put in my January stuff. So this is kind of up to date. I did not put any birthdays on this month, but that's because I wouldn't be actually using this during that month. This is just like to look ahead. Okay, so I went ahead and filled this out for how I plan to use it. So let's move this sticky note. So this is the first week of July. I have my mood tracker set up. It fit here very nicely, and it's very similar to, let's see, sitting here in bed rather than going to my table. So as you can see, this is how I have it set up right now, and it's working super well. These are much smaller boxes in this Take a Note planner than in the Sterling Ink. I don't know if you can tell, seeing them both together. They kind of, well, from here they look the same, but it is definitely, these are definitely smaller. I'm sorry that that's not more obvious, but these are definitely smaller. So for this width, I've got, I think 9, and I was only able to fit 8 in a similar width. And so I'm like, one of these things that I'm tracking is just going to have to go, and maybe I'll put a slash and combine sick and sad. I don't know. Annoyed and anxious. Blah. I might just get rid of blah. I mean, I haven't really had many blah days. Anywho. I thought at first maybe I could use this edge just to indicate that 9th column, but I kind of need to know which day of the week it is. So I haven't done that. But anyway, so I got that set up, and then I did put down a small tracker, and I'm trying to keep track of vitamins, taking those because I am both vitamin B and iron deficient. And so and I have been experiencing a lot of fatigue. So I need to just start consistently taking those. And I did go ahead and purchase this little vitamin or like pill container. Let's see. Oh, it opens this way. Oh, those are hinges. And I want to do like a week at a time. And each one of these has 2 sections, one for like day and night. But I'm not in a situation for needing day and night. But I do have gummies and like regular capsules. And so I thought I'd put the gummies on one side and the capsules on the other so they didn't sometimes moisture will make your capsules, if it's like a gel cap, spill. And we don't want to do that. So that was my thought of getting these. Got this off of Amazon. It's this brand, and it comes in multiple colors. So I thought I'll sit down when I'm doing my planning, and I'll put my vitamins out for the week. And then this is going to be, I have this little bag. It's a little 31 bag, and it's like a little teeny tiny utility tote. And it's always perfect for my planner supply. So these are kind of the currently used or potentially pull back out and use planners. This is a book that I'm trying to work through, and this is my AT map that I'm trying to use with my fitness planner. So anyway, keeping all these things in here, and I will probably try and fit the vitamins here. So I want to keep this on my bed. So before I go to bed, sit down for 10 minutes, fill out your journal, fill out those things, trying to get them to be done more on a daily basis because I tend to forget. And then it's like, oh, I've got to do a week worth of journal entries. It gets overwhelming. So that's what I have here. And maybe what I need to do is do a journal. Maybe just put check boxes here for my planners. If I could stay consistent with the tracker. But I do like the setup. You can see all the days. Up here is where I'm going to put the weather stuff. So I'll put the icon for the type of weather like I have here. And then I have the temperatures high and low. That would go there. So that is laid out quite well. We're going to do a camping trip. And I decided I was going to give myself to-do lists here because next year I don't want to have to go to a different section of my planner to deal with to-do lists. So I do start scheduling activities for myself at 5:30 in the morning. That's when I like to go to the gym, when it's a day that I have, would take the kids to school, or I'm hoping to have full-time work next year. And so, a job would most likely start sometime between 7 and 9 in the morning. So anyway, I would be using this time to plan my exercise for the week. So down here, this is going to be my to-do list area. So I picked 7 p.m. It's very rare that I do on Mondays once a month. I have a 6 to 7 p.m. meeting for a committee that I'm on. So I figured I'm not going to schedule anything later than that with any sort of consistency. And so I figured this would be a good place for to-dos. I did not write to-dos on here. I might maybe do it with a highlighter, like really big. So it's like visually there, but I can write on top of it. I don't have to like block out or steal a chunk of my space to write to-dos. And this should give me enough room, especially if I'm comparing to, I could write a little smaller. Like I've given myself space in between them. If I needed to cram them all together, I could, and it would give me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 tasks, lines to write out tasks for every day. And the other thing is, if for some reason it's a crazy busy day, I would just grab a Post-it and use that to give myself some more space. So that's the layout that I'm looking at, and I'm pretty happy with that. And then this Post-it here, when I'm going camping, my husband is going to want to do a lot of hiking and possibly biking, whatever, but I plan to do a lot of relaxing. So I want to work on my daughter's planner that I make from scratch, because I need to dedicate some time to that. And I also have another trip coming up at the end in August, early August, where they're all going to be kayaking, and my daughter and I will be hanging out and relaxing at our cabin. And so I'm like, oh, what are the projects I could do? So that's a good time to like get all my journals up to date and like knock out her planner, because she's going to school the next week. So it's do or die as far as getting it done. So that's kind of my last hurrah. So then, and I have, another time I have some time blocked off to like really, that's my main thing to work on. So that's how this is looking. And then I'm going to go back here to the back. So I set up, oh, stupid me. Okay. Well, I have these you get these from Amazon, and they're the daily stickers. And I got the one for June and not July. I didn't even notice. But this is how I'm going to indicate, at least I'm going to try it for the month of July, doing my journal here. So I would put the sticker out wherever I began that day's journal segment and just write. And then if I ended here, then I could put the next day here or here, wherever it ends up. I do this for my worship planner, and it works very well. I've been very happy with how that has turned out, and the flow of things I can expand or contract as much as I need to make that planner work for me. So that is going to be, this will be my plan for journaling. And if I want to do any sort of ephemera or special pictures from a trip, I can use the space to do that. So this may end up being chunky, but it's not going to be the 600-page paper test that I was carrying around before. And I don't think it will quite be as big as my Hobonichi Avec from last year that just ended up being huge, because I was like trying to put stuff in. And at this point, I think I'm only going to put in photos or ephemera that I really, really want to remember and see. It needs to be a step up of desire for putting it in, rather than I need to fill this space. I have this space to fill out, and I'm going to fill it out with as much stuff as I can find. That's probably silly. So that's kind of my plan. So I'm going to need to remove these and put in the July ones. But this little page of stickers is just slightly bigger than my planner. It is about a TN size, TN Traveler Notebook, or the TN1, the N1 size of a Sterling ink. So it does stick out a little bit from the top, but that's okay, because it's kind of like a bookmark, and I can easily get to my monthly section. So this is going to be dedicated just to journaling and memory keeping. And I don't want to do so much memory keeping that this thing becomes ridiculously thick. So that is my plan with this book. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to get into it, but I do have a little bit of dread, but I don't have as much dread as I did with the Jib and Techo. The Jib and Techo was just, I dreaded it and dreaded it and dreaded it. And it's too busy. It's really just too busy. That was kind of the problem, because this is almost the exact same setup. Slightly wider, because the Jade Vintetu Mini is a B6 Slim, and this is just a regular B6, so it was just a little narrower to set this up. But that's where I'm at with this. I will commit to doing it, even if I have a little bit of angst or dread attached to it. I don't as much as I did with the other one. So I'm going to give this a good try, because if I can get this to work, this would really simplify all the things I want to track for next year, and not give me so many books to check in with and update. And that's where I'm at this year. And it can weigh on me a little bit. And because I've started them all, I kind of want to finish them all. And we'll see. If I give up, I give up. But I really want to follow through with what I've started. So the everyday carry is what's getting sacrificed this year as I try out different things. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful, and you all have a great week. Happy planning, and we'll see you in the next one.